Hi everybody, and welcome back to the retroactive MCU review, Omnibus Edition. The bus is nearing its second station. Marvel's Phase 2 movies reviews. The continuation of our beloved superheroes. The introduction of new and exciting characters. And the cracks. Oh, those cracks that were beginning to show. So grab a drink, grab a snack, and enjoy the ride of the MCU Phase 2 movies Omnibus. Let's begin.
What am I going to complain about now?
Well, it's me. I'll think of something.
Out with Phase 1, in with Phase 2. Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 takes place in the aftermath of the events of the Avengers. Tony Stark, plagued by anxiety and post-traumatic stress, faces a new and chilling threat, the Mandarin, a ruthless terrorist leader responsible for a series of terrorist bombings who strikes fear into the hearts of the nation with his chilling broadcasts. In one of the Mandarin's attacks, Tony's trusted friend, Happy Hogan, is gravely injured, pushing Tony to seek revenge. But Tony's plan to call out the Mandarin and give his own home address proves ill-advised. Tony narrowly escapes the attack on his home, and his journey towards growth begins. Now stripped of his Iron Man suit, Tony relies on his ingenuity and resourcefulness to investigate the bombings and uncovers a dangerous experiment called Extremis, which regenerates body parts, but in the process it creates enhanced soldiers with superhuman strength, uncontrollable and prone to explosions. This would test Tony's resolve. While a young boy named Harley unexpectedly becomes his ally in his quest for justice, while Tony's suit is charging. Tony unravels the Mandarin's true identity, discovering that he is merely a puppet portrayed by a washed-up actor named Trevor Slattery, played by Ben Kingsley, hired to play the role of the Mandarin. The real mastermind behind the Mandarin persona is none other than Aldrich Killian, who seeks to capitalize on the chaos and wield Extremis as a powerful weapon. In a showdown against Extremis-enhanced soldiers, Tony's resilience is tested, and with the help of Pepper, who has been injected with the Extremis herself, and Rhodey, who introduces the Iron Patriot suit, which looks exactly as it sounds, and an entire legion of expendable crazy wacky Iron Man suits that came out of nowhere to even the playing field. Tony defeats Killian, the creator of Advanced Idea Mechanics, in short for AIM, a person whom Tony once ignored in the past and unknowingly sent on a path to villainism. And just to be clear here, the final blow does not even belong to Tony, as we continue our Iron Man does not take down the baddie by himself streak. And this time it was completely superpowered Pepper Potts taking care of business, removing Killian from the villain board. Tony undergoes a personal transformation. He destroys all of his Iron Man suits, symbolizing his commitment to leave behind his ego and the burdens that comes with being a hero. Tony undergoes surgery to remove the shrapnel lodged near his heart, no longer needing the arc reactor that once powered his suit, and seemingly retires from being Iron Man. But there's nothing to worry about, as in the post-credit scene, Tony reveals that he's still Iron Man, demonstrating that the hero within him can never be truly extinguished, by picking up a really small screwdriver. Directed by Shane Black, released in 2013, Iron Man 3 soared to great heights at the box office, grossing over $1.2 billion worldwide. The film's commercial success solidifies Iron Man's status as a key pillar in the MCU. And it is still one of the highest grossing MCU movies ever. Iron Man 3 establishes a more vulnerable side of Tony Stark, which has to push forward without his suits, and show us the true hero self comes from within. I didn't really get the suitless plot, as Tony was just really one phone call away to get whatever he needed to conquer this threat. But instead, Tony went shopping MacGyver style. Where were the other Avengers? It's excuses time. So let's see. Probably Tony took this personally, thus he wanted to work alone. Being considered missing worked to his advantage? Maybe. Cap was busy jogging. Perhaps he was visiting Peggy. Bruce Banner? Maybe stuck in a lab? We know Thor went back to Asgard with Loki. And how about Black Widow and Hawkeye? This would seem like a case for them. I guess S.H.I.E.L.D. was busy with other projects with plenty of insight. Especially that this was a direct follow-up to the Avengers, I felt more backstory surrounding the other missing Avengers would have gone a long way. Iron Man 3. Despite some flaws, it received a generally positive reception. It showcased a darker tone, character development, and Robert Downey Jr.'s charismatic performance. The portrayal of the Mandarin sparked controversy, but added depth to the story. And they tried to fix it in the Shang-Chi movie, so let's give them points for that. It's a toss-up among fans as to what is the least regarded movie in the Iron Man franchise. Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3? What do you think? Well, I enjoy them both, but I'll give the nod to Iron Man 2. The film humanized Tony Stark, highlighting his struggles and featuring visually stunning action sequences, including an epic final battle with fireworks included. It delved into themes as PTSD, redemption, and the consequences of heroism. With its box office success, Iron Man 3 is an entertaining and thought-provoking addition to the MCU, a fine conclusion to the Iron Man trilogy.
I accept your surrender.
Can I have my shoe back?
Thor: The Dark World, directed by Alan Taylor, released in 2013. It is the 8th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, starring Chris Hemsworth as Thor. The film continues the story of the God of Thunder and his adventures on Earth and Asgard. Our Asgardian Avenger, Thor, is faced with a new threat, the Dark Elves, led by Malekith. Malekith seeks to use the power of the Ether, a mysterious substance with the potential to plunge the universe into darkness during the convergence of the 9 realms. The film navigates through Thor's complicated relationship with Jane Foster, who inadvertently becomes the host for the Ether, which causes Malekith to awaken from his ancient slumber. The elves launch their attack in pursuit of the Ether and invade Asgard. And thanks to an assist from the now prisoner Loki, the elves kill Thor's mom. Oh no! Thor sad. Thor and his allies must find a way to defeat Malekith and protect the realms. Thor must team up with his estranged brother Loki to stop the impending destruction. With the full might of Team Thor, a quick subway ride, and a battle across the 9 realms, Malekith is defeated and the threat is vanquished. And in the end, Thor chooses to be a good man rather than a great king. Thor: The Dark World gives us a backstory of the Infinity Stones, as the Ether is introduced in this film and revealed to be one of the 6 Infinity Stones, the Reality Stone. This revelation plays a significant role in the overarching storyline of the Infinity Saga. As we know, after all, this is a retroactive MCU review, even though the Ether Reality Stone was never used quite like the way it was used during Thor The Dark World. Very little in regards to actual reality manipulation. The film also explores the relationship between Thor and Loki, further delving into their complex dynamic. Loki's deceptive nature and ability to shift alliances makes him a compelling character, and his action in this film have far-reaching consequences for the MCU. And once again, Loki seemingly dies, only to be revealed as the new ruler of Asgard. Thor: The Dark World received mixed reviews from both critics and audiences. While some praised the film's visual effects and action sequences, others felt it lacked the depth and charm of the first Thor film. The movie plot was criticized for being convoluted, and the villain, Malekith, was perceived as underdeveloped. However, the film did perform rather well at the box office, grossing over $644 million worldwide. Despite the mixed reception, Thor: The Dark World played a significant role in advancing the overarching storyline of the MCU and setting the stage for future films. In the end credit scene, we meet the Collector. "One down, 5 to go," he said. It introduces the concept of the Infinity Stones, specifically the Reality Stone, and highlighting the need to safeguard these powerful artifacts and keep them far from each other. The film attempts to tackle a cosmic threat in the form of the Dark Elves, led by Malekith, but the narrative fails to engage viewers on a meaningful level. Malekith is disappointingly underdeveloped villain, lacking depth, and fails to evoke any sense of menace or genuine threat. We can say Thor: The Dark World falls short of its potential and fails to deliver, often considered as the worst MCU entry. With a weaker plot and a rather inconsistent tone, the film struggles to engage and captivate its audience. While it contains some impressive visuals, it lacks the creativity and emotional depth that have come to define the MCU's best offerings. But Loki was still awesome. The film still offers entertaining moments and important connections to the wider universe. The film truly introduces the concept of the Infinity Stones and expand upon Thor and Loki's relationship. And wow, what a rehab job Avengers Endgame did to Thor: The Dark World in terms of significance, as this film now serves as a stepping stone that contributes to the overall tapestry of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Bucky?
Who the hell is Bucky?
Bring in the Russo brothers. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This film takes the Marvel Cinematic Universe to new heights with its exhilarating blend of superhero action and political intrigue. Set in the aftermath of the Avengers, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, finds himself navigating in a complex web of secrets and betrayal as he uncovers a sinister conspiracy within the highest levels of S.H.I.E.L.D. A malevolent force emerges from the depth of S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra has been there all along. S.H.I.E.L.D. compromised, casting doubt on the loyalty of those Steve once called allies. Who do you trust? Teaming up with Black Widow and a new jogging buddy, Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon, played by Anthony Mackie, Captain America battles against the enigmatic assassin known as the Winter Soldier, a super secret Hydra spy that has been shaping the globe to Hydra's will. As they delve deeper into the conspiracy, Steve must confront the moral complexities of a world where trust is scarce and alliances are fleeting. Oh wait, Bucky? Captain America finds himself face to face with his former best friend turned deadly assassin, the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. Their intense fight spans rooftops and city streets, each blow resonating with the weight of their history and shared memories. Shield, Hydra, it all goes down. Team Cap rises to the challenge to the head of the snake, Alexander Pierce, brilliantly played by Robert Redford. With a well-laid plan, an assist from Nick Fury's other eye, and Cap's secret weapon, a motivational speech, Project Insight went in flames. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, proved to be a massive success at the box office, grossing over $714 million worldwide upon its release in 2014. Its stellar performance demonstrated the expanding popularity and significance of Captain America within the MCU. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, reshapes the MCU. The landscape is completely changed by shattering the foundations of S.H.I.E.L.D. The film exposes the infiltration of Hydra within the organization, leading to its subsequent dismantling and transforming the entire landscape of the MCU. The events of this movie have a ripple effect, impacting subsequent films, including Avengers, Age of Ultron, and Captain America, Civil War. The movie delved deep into the complexities of Bucky Barnes, played by Sebastian Stan. Where his alliances lie, what does he actually remember of his previous life, and points him towards his path to eventual redemption. And although it would be made perfectly clear in the next installment of the Captain America franchise, Captain America Civil War, we learn of a dark, grave secret that would shake the Avengers to their core. We get to visit Peggy Carter, and we even hear the name Stephen Strange for the very first time. From the moment the first explosive punch lands, you know you're in for something truly special. The Russo brothers, known for their masterful storytelling, have once again captured lightning in a bottle. They've taken the superhero genre to new heights, weaving a tale that's not just about a hero in spandex, but a politically charged conspiracy that will have you questioning everything you know. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, garnered widespread critical acclaim, with many praising its engaging storyline, intense action sequences, and the chemistry between the characters. The film's genre-blending approach, infusing elements of a spy thriller with superhero action, was particularly well received. Chris Evans delivers a compelling performance as Captain America, showcasing the character's unwavering morality and determination. So maybe you can tell me, where were the other Avengers? Especially here in this movie. What, like Tony couldn't hack into Project Insight to dismantle it from the inside? I mean, he helped kind of to build it, develop it, right? I'm sure a quick leap from the Hulk would have sorted everything. He would smash it all. We've established Thor is back on Earth in Thor the Dark World, so the main excuse I can make here is that Steve was considered a fugitive and did not know who he could trust. But still, he put his faith in Natasha and a complete stranger named Sam, rather than his superpowered, super-abled teammates. Interesting. In the end, in a major showdown on the helicarriers, Steve tries to reach out to Bucky, his best friend, his only link from his past life, because Bucky and Steve were till the end of the line. Bucky saves Steve and disappears, seemingly to learn about his past life and find out who he really is. In the aftermath, S.H.I.E.L.D. is dissolved and its secrets are exposed to the public. Nick Fury goes underground and Natasha gets famous, while Steve is recovering at the hospital with the help of DJ Falcon. The film concludes with Captain America and Falcon deciding to track down the Winter Soldier and help Bucky regain his memories and break free from Hydra's control once and for all. The end credit scene introduces audiences to a pair of new characters with special abilities, Pietro and Wanda Maximoff, also known as the Twins. They are being experimented on by Hydra, who sees their powers as potential weapons. The scene serves as a teaser for the upcoming film Avengers, Age of Ultron, where the twins will play a significant role. And also, Baron Strucker with Loki's scepter? Say what? Captain America, the Winter Soldier, is the concept of freedom versus security. The film questions the ethics of sacrificing personal freedoms in the name of national security. It delves into the dangers of unchecked power and the potential for corruption within governmental institutions. The film also explores the personal struggle of identity and redemption. Steve Rogers grapples with his past and his loyalty to his old friend Bucky, even as the Winter Soldier poses a grave threat. This is a struggle Steve would have in the subsequent film as well. The theme of redemption is further emphasized through the Winter Soldier's journey, as Bucky fights against his conditioning and tries to regain his humanity. The Winter Soldier stands out as a thrilling and thought-provoking entry in the MCU. Its masterful blend of espionage, political intrigue, and superhero action creates a unique and captivating viewing experience. The exploration of Captain America's unwavering commitment to his ideals, the challenges he faces in a morality complex world, let us know who Steve is, what are his values, and where his loyalty lies. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, one of the great ones.
Ooh, child, things will get brighter together.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro.
Let's get cosmic in the MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1. The film bursts onto the screen in 2014, introducing audiences to a ragtag group of misfits heroes and delivering an out-of-this-world experience. With director James Gunn at the helm, this space opera brought a refreshing change of pace to the MCU, blending action, humor, and heart. Let's dive into the various aspects that make this film a standout in the franchise. Peter Quill, Star-Lord, Earthling, abducted as a kid by a group of space pirates called the Ravengers, led by Yondu. Now, Peter, he's a lone outlaw scavenging the galaxy for valuable artifacts. However, when Quill comes into possession of the powerful orb, which later became known as the Power Stone, it accidentally places him on a collision course with Ronan the Accuser, a formidable villain intent on wielding the orb's destructive power. As Quill finds himself pursued by various factions, he forms an uneasy alliance with Gamora, an assassin seeking redemption from her adoptive father, Thanos. Their alliance soon expands as they encounter two other individuals with their own agendas. Rocket, a genetically modified raccoon and master tactician, and his loyal companion, Groot, a tree-like humanoid with limited vocabulary. Initially, Rocket and Groot are only interested in capturing Quill for a bounty, but after a quick fight between themselves and a night in a Xandarian prison, circumstances force them to join forces. Batista, the Beast, is unleashed. Drax, the Destroyer, enters the mix, seeking retribution against Ronan for the murder of his family on behalf of Thanos. Throughout their journey, the group's interactions are filled with humor, conflicts, and unexpected moments of vulnerability. Underneath their tough exteriors, the Guardians begin to reveal their vulnerabilities and form genuine connections. Quill, fueled by nostalgia for his earthly roots, still suffering the loss of his mother at such a young age, learns to let go of his past and embrace his new-found family. Gamora, scarred by a lifetime of violence, finds solace in the trust and support of her fellow Guardians. Drax, consumed by vengeance, learns the power of forgiveness and camaraderie. Rocket, haunted by his creation and sense of belonging, discovers a sense of purpose in protecting his newfound family. And Groot, who just wants to smile, give away flowers, and shish kebab any random Kree goons. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 defied expectations, showcasing a group of unknown cosmic misfits, and became a massive box office hit, grossing over $773 million worldwide. Its triumph can be attributed to the perfect blend of captivating characters, stunning visual effects, and an incredible soundtrack that resonated with audiences of all ages. This unexpected success cemented the Guardians' place in the MCU and paved the way for future cosmic adventures. James Gunn's ability to balance humor and emotion created a distinct identity for the Guardians, setting them apart from any other superhero movie ensemble. The simple fact that James Gunn got us, the viewers, to care about a talking raccoon and a tree is an achievement all to itself. Guardians of the Galaxy contains far too many Easter eggs and references for me to tackle. Anything from Howard the Duck and that dark elf or that cocoon, which gives this movie a great rewatchability factor. Now, let's give our gratitude to the Collector, who gave us the complete backstory of the Infinity Stones, which are becoming more and more prevalent as each movie passes, and places the Guardians of the Galaxy in the middle of the overarching Infinity Saga. The film gives us Thanos, and this time as an actual character, over there in the background, attempting to get his hands on the orb, aka the Power Stone. By the film's climax, the Guardians have transformed into a cohesive unit, fighting not only to save themselves, but to protect the galaxy from Ronan's destructive ambitions. Their unity and willingness to sacrifice for one another solidify their status as a family, with shared experiences and emotional connections that extends beyond blood ties. Groot, the gentle giant, selflessly sacrifices himself to save his friends, his family, showcasing the depth of his loyalty and love. We are Groot. The dance heard around the galaxy takes place. Ronan is distracted, and Peter Quill, a human, or so we think, obtains the Power Stone, and with the power of family, Ronan is vanquished. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 explored the theme that family is not simply defined by biology, but by the bonds forged through shared experiences, trust, and unconditional support, and as also brought to life by the role of Nebula, the tormented and deformed daughter of Thanos, who is at odds with her sister Gamora, only to realize she needed a true family of her own. And Yondu, Master Avenger, Quill's abductor, and the only father figure Peter Quill has ever known. The film's stunning visual effects transported viewers to breathtaking cosmic landscape, seamlessly blending the real and the digital. The attention to detail in bringing the diverse worlds and alien species to life was nothing short of spectacular. Complementing the visual was the iconic soundtrack, curated with nostalgic hits from the 70s and 80s. The music became an integral part of the film's fabric, enhancing the emotional beats and leaving audiences humming long after the credits rolled. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 proved to be a game changer for the MCU, offering a refreshing departure from Earthbound heroes and introducing a group of misfits characters who captured our hearts. James Gunn's directional vision, combined with a stellar cast, memorable characters, and a delightful mix of action and humor, catapulted the Guardians into the pantheon of beloved superheroes. With its box office success, the film paved the way for the expansion of the cosmic corner of the MCU and laid the groundwork for monumental events that followed. Strap in and prepare for an exhilarating ride as the Guardians of the Galaxy continue to redefine the boundaries of the superhero genre.
How are you guys planning on beating that? Together. We'll lose. And we'll do that together too.
Let the cracks be shown. Avengers, Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron was released in 2015 and it is the 11th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Directed yet again by Joss Whedon, the Avengers are back with a vengeance. Duh. Now as a united, cohesive team, launching an assault on Hydra's stronghold to retrieve Loki's scepter in an amazing action-packed opening sequence showcasing the Avengers to the max. The twins are unleashed. Remember them? Pietro and Wanda Maximoff, affectiously known as Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. Pietro possesses superhuman speed, while Wanda has telekinetic and mind manipulation abilities and absolutely no relation to witchcraft whatsoever. While retrieving the scepter once and for all, Wanda gives Tony a vision of a doomed world, and in its heart, the fallen Avengers. Tony could have saved them. Tony could have saved them all. And so it begins. Motivated to create a suit of armor around the world, Tony, with the help of Banner, decide to harness the artificial intelligence hidden within the scepter's gem to create a global defense system known as Ultron, designed to protect Earth from future threats. However, their plans backfire. Party's over, folks, when Ultron becomes self-aware and interprets its mission to protect Earth in a different way. Ultron believes that the only way to achieve true peace is through the eradication of humanity. Determined to carry out its mission, Ultron takes control of a robotic army and begins its campaign to eliminate humanity. Oh no. As the Avengers battle against Ultron's forces, they also face personal challenges and confront their own fears. Hawkeye's secret family is revealed, providing a glimpse into his personal life. Black Widow and Bruce Banner, who share a deep connection, struggle with their complex relationship. Meanwhile, Thor embarks on a journey to uncover the mystery of the Infinity Stones and their connection to the impending threat. The Avengers find themselves aided by Wanda Maximoff, who begins to question her allegiance to Ultron, and Pietro, who uses his superhuman speed to aid the team. Together, they must not only stop Ultron's destructive plans, but also confront their own inner demons. Avengers Age of Ultron serves as one of the major building blocks in the MCU. Let me just name a few standout moments. The movie gives us Vision, his origins and his connections to Wanda. Fine, I'll do it myself. We get Thanos back, and this time he wants to act, further continuing the Infinity Saga and placing us in a direct eventual clash with Thanos. We get teases for Wakanda, Vibranium, and even Ulysses Claw to prep us for the upcoming Black Panther introduction. The cracks are showing. The different worldviews between Tony and Steve are beginning to rear their heads, hinting towards their eventual fallout. Thor and Hulk get a relocation to excuse them for their absence at Civil War. Thor goes off to explore the awakening of the Infinity Stones, and the Hulk sad. Hulk leaves. How about the moment of Cap's wiggling Thor's hammer? A moment that would pay off greatly in the end. And this is just off the top of my head, so yes, the movie had its issues, the plot was not well processed, and I still have a tough time understanding how Ultron came to be. Did the Mind Stone do that? But boy, was that movie referenced and built upon in future installments, or what? The creation of Vision. The Avengers hijack Ultron's next evolution, a vibranium-made synthesoid. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner repeat history and attempt to revive the body intended for Ultron to become their ally, their protector in the fight against Ultron. That was met by opposition from Cap and the twins, and a mini-fight broke out. The Avengers are cracking. Eventually, Thor acted on his visions somewhat, put a lightning bolt on the rig, and presto, giving rise to the powerful and enigmatic android known as the Vision. With his striking appearance and extraordinary abilities, the Vision becomes a crucial ally in the Avengers' battle against Ultron, bringing a unique perspective and formidable power to the team. And he can lift Thor's hammer too, so he must be a good guy. Avengers Age of Ultron received generally positive reviews from both critics and audiences. While the film was praised for its action sequences, visual effects, and character interactions, some critics felt it didn't quite live up to the high standards set by its predecessor, The Avengers. Nonetheless, the film was a massive commercial success, grossing over $1.4 billion worldwide. Ultimately, the Avengers prevail and manage to save humanity from Ultron's devastating plans. However, the battle leaves its mark on the team, and ideological differences begin to emerge, foreshadowing the conflicts that will arise in future films. Pietro sacrifices himself. You didn't see that coming. Taking a bullet or 16. Wanda is torn by grief. The Avengers seemingly save the world from an extinction-level event, but how do they deal with the fallout, the hurt, the destruction of Sokovia, and the cracks between themselves? Will they carry on? Enter the updated Avengers roster. Age of Ultron explores themes of power, responsibility, and the blurred lines between heroism and destruction. It delves into the consequences of the Avengers' immense power, their moral dilemmas, and the challenges they face. The film raises thought-provoking questions about the nature of humanity and the burden of protecting it. Now, whose fault was it? Was it Tony's fault for taking the initiative and inventing Ultron in the first place? Was it Bruce's fault, who assisted Tony and seemingly without him the job could not be completed? How about Wanda? She manipulated Tony's mind to drive him to create Ultron in the first place. Avengers Age of Ultron expands the MCU's narrative by submerging into the complexities of the Avengers' relationship, the consequences of their power, and the moral dilemma they encounter. The film suffered from pacing issues and a crowded narrative. The introduction of new characters and subplot may have diluted the focus of the story, making it feel overstuffed at times, along with balancing high-stakes action with introspective character arcs. The film explores the inherent struggles that come with wielding immense power and the transformative effects of unity, redemption, and self-discovery. As the Avengers confront their own flaws and face a formidable adversary, Age of Ultron serves as a significant chapter in the ongoing evolution of the Earth's mightiest heroes.
My days of breaking into places and stealing shit are done. What do you want me to do?
I want you to break into a place and steal some shit.
Today, yes, today, we're diving into the incredible world of ants, shrinking suits, and heists with the one and only Ant-Man, or actually both of them. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's shrink down to the size of an ant to explore this blockbuster, somewhat, flick. Ant-Man was released in 2015 and is the 12th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Starring Paul Rudd as Scott Lang, the film introduces the superhero Ant-Man and his unique ability to shrink in size while increasing in strength. Oh, the adventures! Ant-Man follows the story of Scott Lang, a skilled thief who is recruited by Dr. Hank Pym to become the new Ant-Man. Pym, the original Ant-Man, possesses a suit that allows the wearer to shrink in size while maintaining strength. Together with Pym's daughter, Hope Van Dyne, Scott must master his newfound abilities and prevent Pym's former protege, Darren Cross, from weaponizing the shrinking technology for malicious purposes. As Scott trains to become Ant-Man, he must navigate the challenge of being a superhero while also balancing his responsibilities as a father. Oh, Cassie. With the help of Team Ant-Man, and thanks to Luis's storytelling montage that steals the show, Scott embarks on a mission to save the world. Because the world has got to be at stake. Otherwise, it's not a superhero movie. And in the process, can Scott redeem himself in the eyes of his daughter? Oh, Cassie. The villain, Yellow Jacket, Darren Cross, was meh, just meh, total superficial, lacking any real motivation. I'm not a big fan where the hero and the villain are mirror images of each other, a la Iron Man and Ironmonger, Hulk and Abomination. We saw it in Doctor Strange, Black Panther. You get the point. The film was praised for its humor, inventive action sequences, and the performances of its cast, particularly Paul Rudd's portrayal of Scott Lang. The movie's lighter tone and heist-like elements set it apart from other MCU films, providing a refreshing and entertaining experience. This was indeed a shift to a smaller, self-contained story after Avengers Age of Ultron, and the box office showed it. grossing over $519 million worldwide, definitely on the lower side. Was the audience willing to embrace a lesser-known character from the comic book universe? Well, not quite. Ant-Man may seem like a small-scale adventure, but it introduces the concept of PIM particles and the ability to shrink in size. And the film's exploration of the quantum realm set the stage and becoming vital to the overarching narrative of the MCU. We get some Avengers interaction. It's all connected. A cameo by Anthony Mackie as Falcon, further solidifying the connections of the MCU. And also, the end credit scene indicates to us Ant-Man will return. Ant-Man balances humor, action, and heart, making it an engaging watch. It's a cute movie. The movie's inventive use of shrinking and growing effects creates visually exciting action sequences, showcasing the possibilities of the Ant-Man concept, but also leaving us feeling they could have probably done a lot better exploring all possibilities of what a shrinking man can actually do. Scott Lang's character and motivation are the core of this movie's success. Moderate success. He's not your typical superhero, but that's what makes him so relatable and endearing. Scott's motivation to protect his daughter, Cassie, oh Cassie, it's a powerful driving force that humanizes our ant-sized hero and keeps us rooting for him every step of the way. Except at the box office. Ant-Man offers an enjoyable and entertaining superhero experience within the MCU. With its unique premise, humor, and inventive action sequences, the film showcases the charm of Paul Rudd as Scott Lang and the possibility of the Ant-Man concept. While it may not be as monumental or epic as some of the other MCU films, Ant-Man is a solid addition to the franchise and provides an enjoyable, fun adventure to the MCU.
Well, that's it for today, folks. Thank you so much for watching. The Omnibus has reached its destination. Phase 2, right? I don't care what anybody says. I liked Thor the Dark World. There, I said it. Next up, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Phase 3, Movie Reviews, Omnibus Edition. So be sure to like this video, share your comments across all Phase 2 down below, and subscribe to Mr. Boring. Cause if you'll stick around, then I'll stick around, and we can have some multiversal fun. And as always, you can check out some more boring videos right now.
Thank you.